why are there so many psychological problems today compared to 100 years ago? It's so heartbreaking to see that so many people are struggling with their mental health these days. It's like every other person you meet is battling with some form of mental struggle. Now, it wasn't like this 100 years ago. So that makes us wonder what's going on and what happened. I found 3 different avenues that are responsible for so many health problems today. Number 1, the impact of modern lifestyle on mental health. The role of technology. Who would have thought that the technology that was supposed to bring us closer together would end up causing us so much harm? I mean, with smartphones, social media, the internet, we are now more connected than ever before, but at what cost? It's like this constant bombardment of information and being glued to screens is taking its toll on our mental well-being. It's causing us so much stress and anxiety and making us feel more isolated than ever. Studies show that excessive screen time and overload of information can lead to depression, anxiety disorders, and a host of other mental health problems. It's time to start paying attention and to make a few changes before it's too late. The pressure to succeed. The world we live in today is just so intense and cutthroat. Everywhere you look, people are striving for success, both in their professional and personal lives. But let me tell you, all this pressure to be the best, to get the top grades, to rise up the ranks at work, and to live the perfect life can really weigh heavy on our emotional and mental health. The expectations are sky high and the hours are long, and the fear of not making it can lead to one big burnout. Now, I'm not disregarding hard work. The main point is most people have lost their balance in life. The erosion of social connections. Gone are the days of strong communities and loving families. Now it's all about individual success and putting ourselves first. But all this focus on personal ambition has left us feeling isolated and disconnected. We're so focused on ourselves that we've forgotten the importance of having strong social support systems. Loneliness and isolation are on the rise. And with that comes an increased risk of mental health issues. Now, I think it's time to rebuild those connections and put our mental well-being first. Number 2 is the evolution of psychological diagnostics and awareness. The growing recognition of mental health disorders. Do you know why we're seeing more and more people struggle with mental health issues these days? It's because we are finally starting to acknowledge and understand them. Can you believe it? Just 100 years ago, mental health disorders were either brushed under the rug or completely misunderstood. But thank goodness for the advancements in psychology and psychiatry. Now we have a deeper insight in these conditions and can give them the recognition they deserve. And that's leading to more accurate diagnoses and a greater awareness of the importance of mental health. Despite all the progress we've made, there's still a long way to go. Mental health is unfortunately still stigmatized and often not given the attention it deserves. People are still reluctant to talk about their struggles and seek help for the fear of being judged or just misunderstood. That's why it's so important that we continue to raise awareness and break down the stigma surrounding mental health. We need to create a world where people feel comfortable discussing their mental well-being and can access the support they need without any shame or fear. The development of diagnostic tools and techniques, in tandem with the growing recognition of mental health disorders, there's been significant progress in the development of diagnostical tools and techniques. Now, this has enabled mental health professionals to identify and treat a broader range of psychological problems more effectively, which may have gone undiagnosed or misdiagnosed in the past. Increasing mental health literacy. Just a few years ago, mental health was a taboo subject that people were too afraid to talk about. But luckily now, we are seeing a shift in our thinking, with more and more people becoming knowledgeable about mental health issues. This newfound understanding has helped break down the stigma and made it easier for people to reach out for help. And it definitely seems like it's making a huge difference because we're seeing a rise in people getting help and getting diagnosed, which might give the impression that mental health issues are on the rise. But the truth is, we're just becoming better at talking about it and getting the support we need. Number 3, the influence of socioeconomic factors on mental health. Income inequality and financial stress. The state of our finances can have a major effect on our mental well-being. And in today's world, the gap between the haves and the have-nots is wider than ever before. Can you imagine the stress and pressure that comes with constantly struggling to make ends meet. It's no wonder that studies are showing a strong link between financial difficulty and mental health problems. Urbanization and environmental factors. Now, it's no secret that the world is becoming more and more urban. With so many people flocking to the city, it's no wonder that our environment is changing. Overcrowding, noise pollution, and the lack of green spaces can take a toll on our mental well-being. Urban dwellers are at much higher risk for mood or anxiety disorders compared to our friends in the countryside. Access to mental health care. The disparity in the availability and quality of care is staggering, especially for those coming from less privileged backgrounds. This means so many people are missing out on the help they need to heal and overcome their psychological struggles. And it's not just a matter of delayed treatment, it's a matter of inadequate treatment that's only making the matter worse. So what can you take away from this? There are many factors contributing to the psychological problems we are facing today. Now, these include the impact of modern lifestyle, the advancement in psychological awareness and diagnostics, the influence of socioeconomic factors. While some of these factors are inherent to the modern world, it is essential to continue raising awareness, promoting mental health literacy, and addressing the systematic issues that contribute to the growing prevalence of mental health issues.